Okay, and welcome to another amazing bat giving on the 28th of April. It's good to see everyone. We're going to start with a few shout outs. First, a shout out to Kat Hughes on her 30th birthday. I'm hoping it's Kat Hughes. Maybe it's Kate Hughes. She's working the front lines as a nurse, and this is from her mother, Ruth Hughes. There's another shout out to Courtney Kennedy and her family. And then also there's a shout out to Steve Ham from Claire Ham. He is recovering from heart surgery. So shout out to you, man. Heal fast. Also, there's a shout out from Anna Benedicts, I hope I'm saying your name right, to her daughter Georgina. And apparently you guys watched that together, which I think is amazing and sweet. So, there were many song suggestions, which is awesome. I love all the song suggestions. I promise you, when we're through a lot of the Meatloaf Jim Steinman catalog, we will start branching out to other areas of music and other areas of the musical theater world and rock and roll world. Today we have some amazing ones. Debbie Bolden wants Not a Dry Eye in the House. I think that's an amazing song. Sandra Tyler would like to hear Original Sin, which is another Meatloaf Jim Steinman classic. Lisa Renton Manning thinks that Heaven Can Wait is a wonderful one during these times because it's very reflective of right now. And Nikki Dalton wanted Paradise. I think Paradise is an absolutely insane song. I mean, it's one of my favorites. We shall see. And Michelle Thomas wanted Come in the Night, though if you check the second episode of Bat Giving, that's when Come in the Night was covered with me and the wonderful Drew Watke. And then Tim Harris again wants Tonight Is What It Means to Be Young. And I don't blame you. That's a wonderful one as well. So really, these are all wonderful song suggestions. Thank you so much for reaching out through messages, reaching out through the comments, and just being such amazing people. So there were a lot of questions that I obviously missed last week. I also, just in continuation of that, if you could choose an artist and also have that artist be turned into their work being turned into a musical, I gave some responses, and I said I couldn't do all of these because I couldn't do Bob Dylan, I couldn't do The Who, I couldn't do Queen because they already became musicals. And someone commented, well, they could have more than one musical. And if that's the case, then I just want to say, let's have Bat Out of Hell the sequel. I can't imagine what kind of bonkers story that would be. So, also, Dave Inman said, have you thought about going into movies? Yeah, movies are awesome. Let's do it. Martin Spencer asked if there were any workshop songs that didn't make it into the Manchester production. I know I said that Life is a Lemon didn't make it in last week. However, I think even when we were beyond the workshop, when we were first rehearsing for Manchester, there was an amazing song called Speaking in Tongues. And I'm sure if you've listened to the Braver Than We Are album, that's Meatloaf and Jim Steinman, you can see how absolutely intense and wonderful that song is. I can't exactly remember where that song went in the musical. I think it might have been after you took the words right out of my mouth and right before all the Muir speeches and everything. But yeah, that was a crazy song. And most Jim songs are crazy, so that one was especially out of this world. Anyway, Sheila Lizagorsky-Berger asked, what is your favorite song to sing with Christina? And obviously It Just Won't Quit is definitely a fave. And another fave would definitely be For Crying Out Loud. That one is just a blast to sing with her, and it's a blast to go on that wonderful journey. So, it's always a good time. Sandra Hilliard asked why was Christina cut from Flying in the Manchester version, and she did that while she was singing Heaven Can Wait. I'm gonna have to ask her. I think it might have been a safety issue. However, I don't know. I was maybe too busy trying to spray blood on my chest to find out all the details for that. So we'll see. Courtney Kennedy asked, what's your favorite Disney film? I would say it's probably either Emperor's New Groove or Aladdin. I don't know. There are so many good Disney films and so many good musical numbers in all these Disney films. It's really hard to choose. Tell me yours. We have from Kelsey Harris and also Ian Willisey. They both asked a similar question: will you ever reprise your role in Bat Out of Hell? And I don't know. For people who were still wondering, I was gonna go down under and do the Australia tour. So I hope that answers that question. Jennifer Lavaca asked, how did the microphone cord thing come about? And honestly, if I give you all my secrets, then there'll be nothing left to share. However, I did borrow that move and expand upon it from, I don't know, a few well-known rock and roll legends, and also one particular rock icon in my life that would like wrap the cord around his neck, and it would be really dangerous but also really cool. So that's always a lot of fun. We've got Michael Witter, who actually confirmed that Peel Out does have love in the lyrics. So I don't know, find me songs that don't actually have love in the lyrics of a Meat Loaf or Jim Steinman song, and then we'll talk. Tristan Halstead said, who would you want to direct the inevitable Bat Out of Hell, the movie? And I know this isn't a realistic answer, but gosh, I would love to see what Stanley Kubrick's take would be on it. So go figure. Tracy Torrey asked, or no, I don't know. This was just a fun little quote. Tracy Torrey has the opening act, I Remember Everything, on her phone as her ringtone, and I think that's just absolutely wild. I'm not sure how I would handle someone calling me and knowing that I was screaming at the top of my lungs on a phone to say I remember everything. And then Luke Sampson's final question was, what do you watch on Netflix? And how do you chill? Which I don't know, I think is a great question. And you know, I have the same question for you guys, because obviously this is still a very challenging time for everyone. Currently, I'm watching Ozark. I've never seen it before, and it's really thrilling, and Jason Bateman is obviously very enjoyable to watch. So is Sissy Spacek. And how do I chill? I mostly chill by writing music and working on cameos for you guys. So that brings me a lot of joy. So let me write you songs. Check out Cameo. But most of all, during these times, it's really important to take care and look after your mental health. So this week, we're going to be doing 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's the first point of contact for anyone in crisis. And I think given the fear that's come with this virus and the effects on people's incomes, as well as just a greater social anxiety and terror, there's really a need to support organizations for people who really need help. People who suffer from mental illness, people who can't seek the help they need, helping the staff and the people on the phone lines who are mostly volunteers, just to keep them safe so they can also adhere to social distancing and also help people who are in need. And also just the people who just find a lot of increased tension at home and who don't feel safe. So really, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is an incredibly important organization. I found out how to do the donate button on this actual live video, so we can all see the donations and everyone who's putting in their time and love. If you decide to donate on the website, maybe email andrewpolec.fundraiser@gmail.com just to show me your receipt or show me your amount. Unfortunately, I can't work the PayPal anymore. However, if you show me how much you donated on the website, there's a really, really exciting opportunity. Polec fans, Rach Ireland, has agreed to match the donation amount for a UK organization called Samaritans. So everything you guys give, Polec fans will donate an equal amount to Samaritans in the UK, and it will help people on both sides of the pond, and I think that's really, really exciting. So, and again, if you can't donate, please share this video, spread the word, and send love to other people. And the best, though, is to donate and share. So really, it's all for a good cause, and it's helping a lot of people who are undergoing a lot of tough times because of the situation. So let's spread the love, let's spread the care, and without further ado, David Manning and I would love to do 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad. David Manning is also an absolutely incredible person, you know, taking care of 3 kids with the help of his amazing wife, and also having his mother-in-law stay with him, so that he's able to, you know, play with me and rock out with me. I'm super grateful. He is amazing. So without further ado, here we go. Oops. Okay, clearly I talked just a little bit too long, but now, without further ado. Baby, we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. I told you everything I possibly can. There's nothing left inside of here. And maybe you can cry all night, but that'll never change the way that I feel. The snow is really piling up outside. I wish you wouldn't make me leave here. Well, I poured it on and I poured it out. I tried to show you just how much I care. I'm tired of words and I'm too hoarse to shout, but you've been cold to me so long. I'm crying icicles instead of tears, and all I can do is keep on telling you I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You'll never find your gold on a sandy beach. You'll never drill for oil on a city street. I know you're looking for a ruby in a mountain of rocks, but there ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. I can't lie, I can't tell you that I'm something I'm not. No matter how I try, I'll so many years ago. And though I know I'll never get her out of my heart, she never loved me back. Ooh, I know. Well, I remember how she left me on a stormy night. Oh, she kissed me and got out of our bed. And though I pleaded and I begged her not to walk out that door, she packed her bags and turned right away. And she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me, she kept on telling me, I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Now don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now don't be sad. Baby, we can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. Okay, and that's 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I have to say, it's just an incredibly sad song. I know before I talked about Mimi Kennedy. Mimi Kennedy is on the wonderful TV show Mom. I worked with her doing Dream Engine, and when we were having dinner one night after a rehearsal, she told me a lot of stories about Jim. She told me how she did the National Lampoon tour with Jim, and how she recommended that Jim do like a kind of like Elvis song. So they talked about it and joked about it, and Mimi joked and said, you know, you should do that Elvis bit, you know, I want you, I need you, and I love you, but you should be like, no, he doesn't love you, he just wants you and he needs you. And obviously Jim took that idea and ran with it and combined it with that wonderful phrase, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And then we have that wonderful song that's really just a heartbreaker. However, it's also, it's interesting taking that character that sings it out of the context of Bat Out of Hell the musical, maybe even taking it out of the context of how Meatloaf sings it. The way I see it is a character who truly, truly cares about someone in every way, shape, and form. And yet it's still just like that friend relationship. And, you know, I can't imagine what was going on in Jim's life when he wrote it. I can't imagine what was going through Jim's thought process or how his love life was going. However, that he was able to capture that moment and capture basically coming from the point of, gosh, I really, really do love you. However, I can't say it. It's just poetic and beautiful. So I do want to say, though, that I do love you guys. And I love you for everything you do and everything you do to, I don't know, help each other, spread the love with each other, and also just join me to celebrate love every week on a Tuesday. Also, I also think it's super crazy that most of the Bat Out of Hell songs are kind of an ode to the 50s, an ode to a time when it was leather jackets and, you know, driving fast cars and motorcycles, and that he, you know, he's taken the Elvis element, he's taken the, like, Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road, and just kind of compiling it all together and making an absolutely beautiful ode to the 1950s, and also kind of creating an era and time period that never actually existed. I guess it really only existed in the times of Obsidian. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm constantly amazed and constantly interested. So I'll take questions now, and really thank you so much for donating to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. There are a lot of people who need help and need love, and this is a great way to do it. So really, thank you for all you do. I'm so, so grateful. Okay, here we go. Someone says I'm always listening to the Battle to Hell musical on streaming services. Thank you so much for doing that. It's a great record and a great album. I recall something Danielle said about I'm Gonna Love Her for Both of Us being an early version. Oh, yeah. I had no idea. You'll have to educate me. Yeah, Tamsin Cook said, yeah, it's like Grease and Back to the Future. And yeah, you're absolutely right. This really is a combination of Grease and Back to the Future. And it's really, I don't know. It's a world that Jim Steinman dreamed up and Meatloaf made a reality, and we have to thank them in every way possible. Is there any Jim Steinman song that you haven't sung yet? Can we hear something written by you? Do you really want to hear something written by me? Sure, I could bring something in the following weeks, and if you, I'll put it out there to a public vote, and if you guys really, really want to hear it, yeah, I'll do something. Okay, Dave Manning says, what do you do next? Again, our piano player is Dave Manning. He's absolutely brilliant. We will discuss what song we're going to do next, and we'll get back to you next week. Okay, at what point do you think you or someone will cut your hair? You know, that's so true. This is an absolutely unprecedented time of not being able to go to a barber or anything else, which I'm sure other people, it really gets to them. I don't mind it. And you guys get to see, well, the wildness of my hair that continues to grow every week. So, yeah, you'll keep seeing this hair and it'll keep getting bigger. So that's all. That's all we need in life, right? Okay, a lot of people say we would love to hear something written by you. So, gosh, that's a huge response. I hope you know that I don't really write in the Jim Steinman Meatloaf style, so we'll see. Oh wow, okay, yeah, a lot of people are saying original songs. Okay, but Karen Bennett says don't do it. Yeah, so well, one person said no, so we're off. What's next for you? Broadway, film? I think, as far as people saying what's next, that's so sweet that you, Karen, asked what's next. What's next was supposed to be going down under with Battle to Hell, and unfortunately, everything got put on hold. So, you know, it's a very interesting time period that we're all in. However, I am really, really grateful that I can connect with you guys every week and spread some joy. So, Simon Stewart said, did you keep any props from Battle to Hell? I don't know if I actually kept any props. I don't really know what prop Strat uses besides like the motorcycle, and I don't know if I could actually bring that home. Considering it's like a huge mechanical beast that eventually broke my foot. So, I don't know if I want to take that home as a remembrance. However, there we go. Would you ever record an album of Jim's work as an artist, or has, would I ever, I would love to. I'd be honored to record Jim's work and make an album of that. So, I'll work on that. We'll do these live streams, and we'll continue to share the love and the glory of a fantasy time period where Obsidian rules and the lost are found and everyone is loved. So, really, thank you so much, guys. I'm so grateful. Thank you for donating. And Dave Manning and I will see you next week to rock and roll. Thank you so much. Take care.